Hello and welcome back to another one of Zug's guides on Broadside Gaming. Today we're going to be having a look at the Ironbreaker. I really enjoy the Ironbreaker. He's a tough little cookie, and also the new skin looks amazing. And I don't care what Ugg says, the hat looks awesome. It's a big old anvil. So let us get down to the build. So first of all, we're going to be using Rockbreaker. Staggering enemies with a melee attack grants temporary health. Health gained based on stagger strength. Bit of a no-brainer. Stagger things. That is what the Ironbreaker does. We're going to be using Blood of Grimnir. Each nearby ally increases power by 5%. It's pretty good. Bulwark. Enemies that you stagger take 10% more damage from melee attacks for 2 seconds. You're going to be staggering a lot as the Ironbreaker. It is pretty much your job is to stagger, control, and knock back. Deal 20% more damage to staggered enemies. Each hit against a staggered enemy adds another count of stagger. Bonus damage is increased to 40% against enemies while affected by more than one stagger. Obviously, you're basically debuffing hordes, elites, everything. And next, we're going to use the Gromril Curse. When Gromril armor is removed, all nearby enemies knock back. This is just really nice. That if you do take a hit you're not expecting, everything gets knocked back, and you have a second or two to turtle up and block and reposition yourself. So it's really, really nice. Next, we're going to use the Rolling Mountain. Killing enemies with melee attacks while on full stamina reduces the cooldown of Impenetrable. This is also really good, because Impenetrable is your bread and butter. You'll be blowing this off in big packs, trying to keep your teammates alive, trying to keep enemies off of your ranged allies, so they can, do their job. And lastly, we're going to be using Booming Taunt. Increases the radius of Impenetrable's taunt by 15%. Increases the duration of Impenetrable by 15 seconds. Oh, to 15 seconds, sorry, not by. By would be far too strong. But still, again, this is just making you better. So that is the general build. So Dwarf Forged reduces damage taken by 30%. This is just a flat 30% across the board. Extra stamina shield, always nice, and decreases stun duration after getting hit by an attack by 50%. This is also really good. So literally, you're a tank. I wouldn't go into playing the Ironbreaker thinking that you're going to be doing some massive DPS, because you're not. There are a few builds where you can kind of, but if you're aiming for that, I would say the Ironbreaker is not for you. Probably try out the Slayer, the Engineer, or even the Ranger. The Ironbreaker is there as team support tank. So let's have a look at the gear setup. So at the moment, I would probably prefer to use a Mason shield for this build, but I don't currently have one. Well, I do, but it's not a very good one. So I'm using an Action shield. But the stats are going to be absolutely completely the same between the Action shield and the Mason shield. So, block cost reduction, as I have on everything, and power versus Skaven to help you hit those breakpoints. And then the trait is going to be Opportunist. It increases push strength by 50% when used against an attacking enemy. So it's just being able to keep everything down. Next, I'm using the handgun, and on that I've got power versus chaos and power versus infantry with conservative shooter, headshots replenish 1 ammo. So, obviously, when you're trying to crack off shots at things, aim for the face. And then for the neck, we are using health and block cost reduction as always, and bark skin. It just works really well with the Ironbreaker. And for the charm, we're using power versus infantry and power versus Skaven with decanter, because you're not really going to get much out of using concoction, because you're not trying to hit those crazy periods of extreme high DPS. Decanter is just better for you to be able to get out what you need at the time from the singular potion. And as for the trinket, as always, I'm using my legendary one, because I only ever do Cataclysm for very specific reasons, and legend is usually just for farming reds. So I'm using curse resistance and crit chance with shrapnel, as shrapnel is my new favourite. But there is one other thing you can do with this build. If you wanted to go a little bit crazier, you can switch over to using the Trollhammer Torpedo. But this does take away your ability to snipe specials and elites. The Troll Hammer Torpedo, I'll show you the stats on it. It's power versus chaos and power versus armor. This is emergency horde clear and, well, it's emergency armor clear, mostly. You run into a big pack of storm vermin, big pack of chaos warriors, big pack of maulers. This is what you pull out and you just lob it into them. Again, as I said with the Moonfire Bow video, do not shoot your fucking teammates with it. You will kill them. Make sure you have a decent firing arc and a clear shot. Do not just fire this wildly into your teammates. They will not appreciate it. But yeah, so this thing you pull out in emergency situations to clear armor. It's not great against hordes. You're better off wading in with your melee weapon. It's just it's a waste to use this on slave rats and all that sort of thing. And even clan rats, it's a waste. So I would save this for armor and maybe bosses. You can use it to push them off the sides of things, but mainly chaos waste tactic. But I say bosses, I mean monsters, obviously. But yeah, you can use it. It is viable. You're just taking away your ability to snipe. So I usually stick with the handgun. And also handgun looks quite nice. But yeah, this has just been my quick guide to the Ironbreaker, guys. As you can see by my level, I don't play the dwarf a massive amount compared to, say, like Kruber or Saltspire or even Carillion. But I do enjoy him. He's quite fun to play, and I'm getting used to him, and I'm trying to learn how to play the Slayer, and I'll be doing an updated Slayer guide soon as I get more comfortable with him and learn some of the more nuanced tricks to him. So anyway, thanks for watching the guide, guys. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments if you want to. It really does help the channel, and I would really, really appreciate it. So I shall see you all again next time. See you later.